While The Simpsons Season 25 mocked one of the show's most moving episodes, the mixed response to this gag highlights a major issue for the long-running series. With more than 790 episodes and a theatrical movie spin-off to its name, The Simpsons is officially the longest-running scripted primetime American TV show in history. Although many episodes of The Simpsons are considered masterpieces, many more have been dismissed by both fans and critics alike as they arrived after the show's peak. Broadly speaking, the golden age of The Simpsons is defined as seasons 3 to 11. This was the era when the series enjoyed its most critical acclaim and cultural influence. In contrast, some of the worst seasons of The Simpsons include the period from season 16 until 32, when the show was at its critical nadir. Although there are plenty of strong standalone episodes from this period, it is still typically perceived as the Zombie Simpsons era when the show is analyzed as a whole. Since season 33, The Simpsons has become good again, according to Vulture, and a wide variety of other cultural critics, commentators, YouTube creators, and online fans. However, during the show's period of sustained critical decline, the series made the questionable decision to jokingly reference one of its saddest early storylines. In Season 25, Episode 6, The Kid Is All Right, Lisa is initially delighted to meet a new girl at school who is just as smart, precocious, and perceptive as her. However, her joy turns to disdain and misery when she finds out Isabel Gutierrez, played by guest star Eva Longoria, is a die-hard Republican. Lisa can't believe that her political views don't align with her new friend's leanings, and she is inconsolable when the pair are pitted against each other in a student election. This sets up an unexpected nod to one of the best guest stars in The Simpsons history, as Dustin Hoffman's Mr. Bergstrom returns. Bergstrom appeared in Season 2, Episode 19, Lisa's Substitute, wherein the short-lived substitute teacher gave Lisa a new lease on life and reignited her love of learning. Or at least, he almost returns. Bergstrom appeared in Season 2, Episode 19, Lisa's Substitute, wherein the short-lived substitute teacher gave Lisa a new lease on life and reignited her love of learning. When Bergstrom left town, Lisa was understandably devastated, but learned to carry his lessons with her even in his absence. Mr. Bergstrom's return would have been a huge deal in any episode of The Simpsons, but The Kid Is All Right was a particularly promising place to find the kind-hearted educator. Since Bergstrom brought Lisa out of a depression once, his comeback could provide the same clarity and hope for the lonely little girl. Instead, the return was just a throwaway joke. Marge told Lisa, "Someone who loves you very much is adding hot butter to your vegetables," to coax her out of her bedroom, and it turned out that someone was inexplicably Mr. Bergstrom rather than her mother. Lisa narrowly missed since she obviously assumed that Marge was referring to herself. A quick search of "The Kid Is All Right" online proves that the fan base of The Simpsons remains divided on this joke years later. Although The Simpsons predicting Donald Trump's presidency might have made more headlines, this throwaway reference to a one-off guest star garnered major reactions from the show's longtime viewers. Sadly, the reception was divided. On the one hand, many fans treat classic episodes like Lisa's Substitute as untouchable. As such, Bergstrom's absurdly brief return was seen as an insult to the original, more grounded and serious storyline. On the other hand, The Simpsons has always been a goofy, zany comedy where nothing is sacred. As such, the question was whether The Simpsons should make fun of its older, sadder episodes. It seems pretty obvious that The Simpsons shouldn't turn the death of Bleeding Gums Murphy into a joke, or mock the pain that Homer felt when he lost his mother, Mona. However, as The Simpsons Season 37's arrival nears, it is harder to decide whether Mr. Bergstrom's return was a good idea. The Kid Is All Right is otherwise a pretty middling episode, defined by political satire that feels toothless and outdated by the time the episode aired. The unexpected appearance by Bergstrom is a reminder of the show's love of absurdity and a zany way to let viewers know that anything can happen in the anarchic show. That said, reminding viewers about one of Lisa's saddest storylines and then ignoring it for the rest of the episode was a strange tonal choice. A lot of fans might understandably have realized, when Bergstrom appeared, that they would prefer to see another episode focused on him and Lisa instead of "The Kid is All Right." Even worse, viewers might have realized that they would simply prefer to rewatch Lisa's Substitute instead of the season 25 episode. Recently, an episode of The Simpsons season 26 went viral thanks to a false claim that the outing predicted 2025's Coldplay concert affair controversy. The episode, season 26, episode 10, "The Man Who Came to Be Dinner," received notably poor reviews when it was originally released in 2015. "The Man Who Came to Be Dinner" expanded one of the earliest Treehouse of Horror segments into a full-length outing. What makes this interesting is the fact that, much like "The Kid is All Right" brought back Mr. Bergstrom for a throwaway gag, "The Man Who Came to Be Dinner" expanded one of the earliest Treehouse of Horror segments into a full-length outing. This proved unpopular with critics, providing further evidence that The Simpsons revisiting old stories rarely earns critical acclaim. Some of the most popular recent episodes of The Simpsons have instead invested time in new formats, experimental storytelling styles, and original plots. Alternatively, the show can utilize the approach seen in Season 34, Episode 6, Treehouse of Horror Quatiashru. That episode's closing segment, the Westworld spoof Simpsons World, focused on the Simpsons fandom and their adulation of old episodes. This made the metagag stronger, meaning the show was actively mocking its fans instead of just parodying older episodes. As such, The Simpsons managed to make fun of itself without detracting from the legacy of classic episodes in the process. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly network TV newsletter and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series.